Hello, everybody, and welcome to the October 5th, 2018 edition of the Ephrom Josine Show. I am your host, Ephrom Josine, and we got some good news and some bad news. The bad news is I'm going to have to just use the webcam in my room again tonight. The good news is it's our 100th episode! Yeah! Oh man, I can't believe I've done 100 of these in about 6 months. Actually, that sounds about right. But yes, we've done 100 episodes of the Ephrom Josine Show, and do not worry, there will be several more in the future. Probably at least another 100. Because I love doing this for you guys. I love coming on here 4 times a week, in this case 5 times a week, and talking about news and breaking it down with you guys. I find that really fun. I love doing Ephrom Report, which you should go read, by the way. I love doing all of that. However, the hardest part about doing my job is looking at the news. I know, it's weird that I hate the thing about my job about what I do that actually causes me to be able to do it, but you know. However, the Brett Kavanaugh vote was supposed to be held today, except it's going to be held tomorrow now because I don't know. But mind you, Republicans finally have all the votes they need, as both Jeff Flake and Susan Collin have agreed that they are voting for Brett Kavanaugh. Susan Collin and Jeff Flake, of course, are the two that were supposedly the moderates, the centrists, but aren't because they're still voting for Brett Kavanaugh. It's almost like all Republicans are the same or something. However, that doesn't mean there weren't some great last-minute defenses. Most notably, Susan Collins spending roughly the time it could have taken to vote for Kavanaugh in detail, with explaining why she voted for Kavanaugh, and the answer is more or less just, she's a Republican, he's a Republican, we're gonna have Republicans on the court. And that's what they do. And of course, let's not forget Mitch McConnell's genius defense against the sexual harassment allegations. Most notably, that this is the United States of America, and you have a right to due process, which isn't actually a social right, meaning it could affect you being voted in the court. And for that matter, his excuse more or less just came down to, we live in a society. I really hate Mitch McConnell is what I'm saying. But let's all take this moment to remember who Brett Kavanaugh is, besides the person who got drunk in parties and yet somehow never had sex. I don't even know if that was possible, but he somehow found a way, despite also apparently being popular. He was the frat boy virgin. How do you even do that? But I'm getting into personal stuff. I shouldn't do that. Here is what I don't like about him is the fact that he is, off the top of my head, still friends with Karl Rove and Ken Starr, has no respect for the law by his own admission, more or less said he'll do the spirit of the law trick, which Scalia loved to use to do in order to get away with downright making up clauses of the Constitution, including the ability to overrule it by the TV show 24. But there's still currently chaos, don't get me wrong. Most notably, going back to Collins as this amazing town hall Twitter promotion is, I'm just going to read this out to you. Not clear yet. Collins may change her vote. Update, she's currently a no vote. Update, Morosky changed her vote on the way to chamber. Update, she's still not voting. Update, now she is. Update, I don't think Susan Collins is even real. Update, is Australia real? Update, I'm not allowed to be that red-pilled on townhall.com. And it gets even better as Democrat from West Virginia, Joe Manchin, who, if you don't know, is essentially the biggest corporatist in the Senate, is also voting for Brett Kavanaugh because he's running for re-election this year. That's the only reason I can think of, honestly. So now, in order to save himself for 6 years, he's going to let Kavanaugh into court for 30. Makes sense to me. You know, this is normally the part where I look at you at the camera and say something like, this is clearly a failure at the result of the federal government. I stop the joking and just talk like a normal person who's actually giving a serious speech. But I don't even know what to say at this point. 4 separate accusations against him. And the FBI investigation did not interview one of them. We are not allowed to see the FBI investigation. All the while, it's being confirmed behind closed doors. And 300 protesters were arrested just for the act of, what? Getting a little angry while doing it? As far as I'm aware, the vast majority of these protesters didn't commit violence. They were just arrested for being a little too loud. And you know, this thing has been going on for a month. And I think the worst part is Brett Kavanaugh may not have succeeded if not for the accusations. Before the accusations, there was a decent chance he was going to get denied because he wasn't conservative enough. However, it seems like the thing that really got him confirmed was the fact that some woman, 4 separate women, said they were sexually assaulted by him. If that doesn't show this country is screwed up, I don't know what does. I'm Ephrom. Good night.